Is anybody else finding the Joe Wicks, the body coach workouts, to be a bit too much and gimmicky now? Like, there's too much going on all in one 30-minute session. Like, the Wheel of Fortune was an absolute massive fail for me. On Holly's birthday, I wasn't really feeling the vibe of the workout. We both didn't do it on the Friday, and I thought, right, Monday, today, we're going to get back into it, entering like the 6th week of workouts and stuff like that. I think it's 6 weeks. But it was just like, I don't like, are we doing this for the sake of it? I don't know. But I just want like a normal 30-minute workout. Good for Holly as well. And she's just completely off-piste at the moment with it. She's like, I don't want to do it. I don't blame her. I don't want to do it. And I'm like, gritting my teeth and not actually finding. Good morning, gang. So it's Tuesday morning and I didn't vlog anything yesterday, I don't think, apart from the Joe Wicks workout, of which is why I wanted to come and sort of do like a morning entry with you guys this morning. So we had a little bit of like a rough emotional day yesterday, which resulted in the both of us, myself and Holly, having a little bit of tears. She just broke down and she was like, you don't understand what it's like to do all this writing. You don't have to do it. You just sit there and get to do whatever you want. And I was like, well, not true, because I'm sitting here with you, helping you do all your schoolwork and sitting there for hours at night. Not hours, but like I'm making sure that it all gets printed off, and I'm finding like extra bits of work for you to do and making sure that I understand the work that you need and stuff. And I tried explaining all this very calmly, of course. She was like, ugh, and then she just like started breaking down and crying. And I was like, wow, this kid, she's like really upset, genuinely upset. And that on top of like, the sort of bad energy we were getting from the Joe Wicks workout, which has got nothing to do with Joe Wicks. He is fantastic and what he is doing is great, and I'm sure it suits some people, and I'm sure some kids are absolutely going to still be loving it, etc. But I think we will revisit Joe Wicks, but for the time being, we're going to give it a little bit of a rest. I feel like he's gotten a little bit too gimmicky. The workouts are really repetitive. I'm not actually seeing any results, obviously, because I've been stuffing my face full of food, but like there's people like, oh my god, I've dropped a dress size, and I'm just like, even if I was being good with my food, I wouldn't have dropped a dress size just from doing Joe Wicks. It's like the people who have dropped a dress size from doing Joe Wicks must have done absolutely zero, and I mean absolutely zero physical activity. So, and I mean, if you do like Joe Wicks, then great. And like I said, I love what he's doing, donating all that money to the NHS, and he is keeping people engaged. All he's trying to do, well, obviously it like gives him some sort of massive financial gain, but like, I think the intention was good from within, deep down in his heart. Absolutely. Well and truly. Yeah. But I've done a lot of reading on the Twinkle Facebook page, and Twinkle is like the thing we're using for obviously what the school is sending us, work for the day for the children to do. I'll then go on Twinkle and sort of structure my day around Twinkle's routine, and then use some of their resources as well to sort of like bulk out the lesson a bit. So I was happened to be climbing into bed last night feeling a bit crappy, and saw that that yesterday had been like the Mondayest Monday for a lot of people, and a lot of people were saying that their children were breaking down, being either extremely moody or difficult, which was like out of character for that particular child, or just literally in floods of tears like yesterday. So I'm pretty sure that there must be a sort of like timestamp for a lot of people at the moment who all their children have just sort of like suddenly reached it at the same time, and they're just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And like Holly, it was sweet because she was so contradictory, and when she was crying she was like, I don't get to spend any time with you. And I'm like, babe, I'm right here. I've been here for weeks and weeks with you every single day. We hardly separate apart from when we go to bed. And she's like, but when I go to school and then you go to work, I don't get to spend any time with you. And then you come home and you just cook the dinner. And I'm just like, well, babe, that's how it works. I gotta cook the dinner, otherwise we're not gonna meet. And she's like, like, obviously, like, really, this is obviously something that she's been mulling over for a while. Really upset, bless her. So yeah, I've just decided to take things a lot slower today. We're gonna do yoga, children's yoga, instead of Joe Wicks. I'm going to try and find, obviously I've printed out the schoolwork for her to do, and the phonics that she was going to be learning today via the school match exactly the phonics that they're doing on Twinkle, so she's going to be watching the live lesson, and it's going to be a lot of like more fun things, I would say, for her to do today. I'm not going to pressure her at all. If I feel like, you know, what we've got in front of us is covered, I'm not going to go and search for more activities to like drag the lesson out to be like an hour like it would in school. Yeah, just have a fun day if we can, and then try and like make that furthermore. I'm not going to completely knock schoolwork on the head at all. That's just not within me. I wouldn't be happy, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. I'd be going to bed and being unhappy for like different reasons if I did that. But I do feel that I've possibly put a little bit too much pressure on my 6-year-old to get the work done. If you don't get the work done, then, you know, you'll fall behind in class sort of attitude. Obviously, we all get brought up that way. If you don't do schoolwork, then you're going to be behind. We all get told that, and that is to, you know, a certain point true. And I wouldn't ever dream of, like, you know, I think we're entering like the 6th week now. Is it the 6th week of lockdown? Or the 5th week of lockdown? I don't know. I wouldn't be in a very good place if I had let Holly do nothing for those 6 weeks other than like watch the telly, chill out, stay up late and have cuddles, because we've been doing all of that. Like, she gets to watch the telly for a lot longer during the mornings now because we don't have to walk to school. So, you know, you've increased that gap to like 2 hours of watching the telly, rather than the 1 hour. On her lunch break, if she wants to watch the telly while eating her food, she can do that, or she can phone a friend, or sometimes we're outside in the garden. Obviously today it's raining, so we won't. And then we take the dog out for about 40 minutes to an hour. So like, we've been doing all those cool things. We've been learning how to tell the time, we've been baking, we've been planting seeds and planting stuff like that in the garden. We've been painting the fence in the garden. So we haven't been, you know, solidly sitting down doing schoolwork. Yeah. So, you know, I feel like this is like an overspill from the weekend. She wasn't with me on the weekend, as I've mentioned, hopefully, in my last vlog. And I was supposed to film a video on the weekend. Could I get my arse to be motivated? No. I sat on the sofa pretty much all weekend, did a little bit of cleaning here and there, but nothing majorly productive at all. So I feel like I was feeling like that, but obviously was able to sort of like contain my emotions until I just saw my 6-year-old just be like, bleh. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so maybe I've been putting too much pressure onto myself as well. But yeah, so going forward, vlogs might be a bit different. I don't know. Obviously I haven't vlogged anything decent in the last, I would say, couple of weeks. You literally get a clip of us every morning doing the Joe Wicks workout, and then maybe a few clips of some other stuff, and that must be, you know, very repetitive. It's very repetitive to edit, so it must be very repetitive to watch. Yeah. Hey. Namaste. What are you doing, Hull?
I just want some
Sausage spaghetti. So how did you do that?
So I cooked sausages.
Did you get sausage?
And then do a small sausage. Then you take that one spaghetti at a time. Oops. And then push it. Well, this one's quite delicate. Push it through, and then you can put as many as you want in there, and then you cook them like this, and then you can.
What sauce are you going to put on?
Tomato.
With cheese as well?
Yeah.
Awesome. Morning, guys. So it's another Saturday, another weekend has rolled around really, really quickly. I just tried to do an Instagram live, but it didn't work. It didn't work on my Wi-Fi, and it didn't work on my 3G or 4G either, so my data. So I thought I'd just film a little bit. I didn't get last week's vlog to you yet. Wednesday rolled around and I was like, nah, I'll do it on Thursday. Thursday rolled around, no, I'll do it on Friday. Friday rolled around and me and Holly didn't go to bed until quite late. And now it's Saturday. So I'm going to try and get that edited and up for you today. And I have a special announcement to make, which I will be making in a completely separate video, which should be uploaded before this vlog, so I'm going to mention it here in this vlog, but I'm going to be shaving my hair. I'm going to be shaving my hair completely off. And I would like you guys to support me, which would be lovely if you could. Would be lovely if you guys could support me. I'll leave my little fundraiser at the bottom of my video. So I've wanted to grow my hair out of like bleached colour for a while. If you've been following me on here for a while, you'll know that like I've stopped dyeing my hair and I want to get back to my natural colour. My hair is so damaged and it has literally like 5 different shades of blonde in it. It's really frustrating. It looks disgusting. My hair is in really bad condition. I'm always trying to fight to put it into good condition. And I was like, I think it might just be worth shaving my head. So then I thought, hang on, I'll shave my head for charity. So that's what I've done. I put it up for like an Instagram and Facebook vote. I said, should I shave my hair off, yes or no? And it was pretty much a 50-50 split. So like the majority for no won both times, but only by like a little bit. So I was always going to shave my head off, but I was just interested in what other people think or thought. So but what I didn't anticipate was the amount of messages I would receive, with literally, I would say maybe 99% of them being male, 1 or 2 being like female messages pleading with me not to shave my hair off because I look too pretty the way I am now, or they've only ever known me with long hair now, or comments like, or what would Holly think of you with no hair, or what would my partner think of me with no hair, or even emotionally blackmailing me with things like, you know, your mum would hate that kind of thing. And I was just like, when did we get, I said, I know I asked for like people's opinions of if I should shave it, yes or no, but when did we get to like the stage where you thought it was okay for me to tell me what to do with my body or what? Do you know what I mean? I was a bit really shocked, to be perfectly honest with you, about that. But I'm going to address all of this properly in a video. I need to write down my thoughts and feelings and go back to those messages and write them in quotes and stuff like that. I'm not going to say who said them, but I will quote them for exactly word for word. So I just find that to be insane. So it was crazy. My friend was just like, I can't understand who all these people are telling you that you shouldn't do this. Like, literally, not just like answering no on the poll, but literally messaging you, begging you not to do something with your own body. So she put a poll up on her Instagram and said, my friend wants to shave her hair off, but she's getting like lots of stick from other people. Do you think that she should be able to do what she wants with her own body, type of thing? And every single person, I think about 50 people voted in the end. Only one person said no. like 50 other people or 40 other people or something said, yeah, it's her body. You do you, kind of thing. So whether it may have been like positioned poorly from me in the wording, or I just actually keep really bad company of friends, and I need to start questioning the friendships and relationships that I currently have in my life. But yeah. And then, so after I'd done all of that, I put up a post saying, help me choose which charity to fundraise for. So I've put Kidney Cancer UK because, again, you know, my mum passed away from kidney cancer. So it would be amazing to raise some money to fund some more research into that, because I don't believe that she should have had to have passed away at the age of 54 from such a horrific disease, which, you know, in the end it like consumed her and it made her really, really ill and in a lot of pain. Like she was on morphine, and this was like morphine resistant pain. So even with all the painkillers in the world, which were actually making her iller, in my personal opinion, yeah, she shouldn't have had to gone through that. Nobody should have to go through that, no matter what age, kind of thing. So it'd be nice to raise some money for that. A lot of people have said, if I do shave my hair off, would I donate the hair to the Little Princess Trust or fund or whatever it is? And I said, I wish I could, but I can't. It's got like 5 shades of blonde and is in horrific condition. There's no way anybody would want to have this hair on their head. It's disgusting. I've also said, oh yeah, so I put up if I wanted to donate for Kidney Cancer UK or something more current, because I was a little bit torn to begin with about that. So I was said like the NHS or COVID-19 related type of charity. And everybody, a real big majority, both on Facebook and Instagram, chose Kidney Cancer UK, which I genuinely thought the general public would be more up for raising money for the NHS right now, given the current situation. But like, as time had gone past after me putting that poll up, that was where my gut or my heart was pulling more towards, I should say. So that's what we're going for on that one. Like I said, I have created a little fundraiser page. I put a target of £100, and within about 4 or 5 hours I'd smashed that target up to £135. So I've already reached my target of £100, so I'm going to raise that, and I hope that some of you guys are able to help support me, either by donating or messages of moral support, or just anything that you think that's a positive way of helping me. Like if you could share my video or when I make it, or share my fundraising page, or donate, or anything like that, really. Hey, my friend, she's doing something really brave. She's shaving all of her hair off for charity. You know, I think it's a life-changing thing to do, for me. So I'm doing it like in memory of my mum, so that's something for her. And something I'm doing for me is like liberating myself by like shaving my hair off, because, you know, there's that sort of socially acceptable or stereotypical men have short hair, girls have long hair. That is, you know, the common trend, which I feel like is why a lot of men have taken it upon themselves to be up in arms about me taking off my long hair. But dude, if you do not like me when I've got short hair, then you don't actually like me. You just like my hair. You fancy what you see. You like what you see rather than you like me. So yeah, that doesn't sit right with me either. Slightly different vlog entry for you today. So this is what my normal filming position looks like. If you watch all of my videos, then you would know this. So just getting ready to film a couple of videos today. Didn't manage to film anything last weekend. Kind of busy. Holly needed a lot. No, I don't. See, this is the thing. Holly wasn't here last weekend, so that would have been my prime opportunity. But I was really, really down. Obviously, I get down when she's not here. And that's just, you know, a part of life. We all know it. We've talked about it before. And I did absolutely nothing. But she is here this weekend, but she's indulging in her TV series. She's watching The Little Princess at the moment, which is just one TV series which she's watched over and over and over again. She's quite a repetitive child, and she likes to do things over and over and over again and talk about the same things over and over and over again. So I'm going to be filming a Project Pan update. So I've weighed all of my items and worked out the differences, and they're ready to go. Just putting my second coat of nail varnish on my nails, my fingernails at least. My toenails are bare. I'm not sure if I can be bothered / got time to paint those before I do this. I've been up here potching about for ages, so to get round to filming a video in this position, it does take quite a lot of preparation work. Obviously, like, the bedroom has to be tidy. I've got to have makeup on. I don't have to have makeup on at all. That's a barefaced lie. I like to have makeup on. I haven't shaken this because I'm trying to get it to settle for the Project Pan update. So it's a bit gloopy because I haven't shaken it, but never mind. Yeah, so I've put like 3 bags of laundry away, which have just been sort of sitting in my room for about a week now, because the last week or so it's been a struggle Emotionally, an emotional struggle, I would say. So yeah, I'm filming a Project Pan update. And I'm also going to try and film a video about why I want to shave my hair off for charity. I was thinking of scripting it, but whenever I script a video, it just is so rubbish. So I'm just going to sort of like hit record and go with the flow. So I've only ever done a few scripted videos in the past, and I look back at them and I'm like, ugh, that is cringeworthy, mate. But then I also realised that when I do, well, most of the time when I am filming my videos, I'll waffle on to different tangents, but then isn't that how a conversation naturally flows anyway? That you start off talking about one thing, and then usually, unless you've got somebody guiding you back onto the topic path, you usually wander off onto something else. So for instance, I was just telling you about all the preparation that needed to be done to get ready to filming, and I only ended up talking about putting the laundry away. I didn't tell you about all the other stuff that I needed to do because the conversation naturally wandered back around to what videos I was going to be filming, which was the topic before the topic, so if you get what I mean. But yeah. Might go and make myself another cup of caffeine. I've had 2 cups of tea and a cup of coffee, and I've got a really bad headache, so I might actually go and get a glass of water because I feel like I'm going to be here for a little while yet. I've just remembered I haven't weighed my mascara, that's over there. And I also want to film a video about natural deodorants as well, which I've been using. Pros and cons, because I feel like there's a lot of pros, but there's an equal amount of cons as well. So yeah, that's today's filming. So it's a bit like cloudy outside at the moment, but still quite bright, which is great for filming. But I want to try and get it done before the sun comes around this side of the house. Otherwise, I could just end up filming in Holly's bedroom, which isn't a massive drama because it's a much nicer colour than this. Like, I hate the colour of my brown walls. Obviously, out the front of my room, you've got the road, so you could probably hear that car. I hate the colour of my bed. I hate the colour of the door. I love the colour of that unit there. But then I've got wardrobes over here that are brown, and I've got drawers over here that are brown. Yeah, the carpet in this room is... I like the style of the carpet. It's really like tough and hard wearing, but I prefer it to be grey rather than beige. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff about this room that I don't like, but it's actually like this sort of setup I found for filming is one of the better locations in the house to film. Yeah, when I first moved into this house, I envisaged me being able to have the attic room as a filming room, but that never worked out. And then I filmed a couple of videos in the conservatory, and I found that the lighting in there to be quite, obviously being a conservatory, you've got like windows all around, you've got light coming in through the roof, light coming in through the doors, and that was okay for a while, but then it's not soundproof, so the neighbours can hear you next door and you can hear the neighbours, and if they're like lawn mowing and stuff, you can hear all of that. And yeah, don't want to do like too much filming in Holly's room because, you know, it's Holly's room, so this is probably one of the better locations in the house. I just wish it looked a lot nicer, but like, you can only move into a house and do so much all at once with the finances that you've got as well. So like a bedroom for me, I mean, it was up there on my priority list, but now it's not. We decided, like, I don't know how it happened, but we just started the garden, and that's sort of like been a year in progress type of thing. So we don't have any grass, as you might have seen in some of these vlogs, but it's ready to have soil and grass seeds put down, and then that would pretty much be the garden done. It's not how I want it at all, but like to get it done how I want it, you have to spend so much money. So like my garden is in like 3 tiers, and the second tier, the first tier was decking that was like 18 years old, so like we kept walking on it and putting our feet through it, and I was just like, this is going to be dangerous, somebody's going to put their foot through and land on like a nail that's jutting out one day. And I said, I really don't want that to be Holly. I said, I really don't want it to be anybody, but imagine if it was Holly, how horrific that would be. So we ripped all of that up, and we've put some new decking down, but we haven't decked the whole area. We've decked just a small area to then have grass, because there wasn't any grass beforehand. And then the second tier, and then the top tier where the shed is, because everything else in this house is sort of like a really rush bodge job, we thought, oh, they've just like literally put like a small bit of gravel down and put slabs on top with a little bit of concrete to keep them in place. No. So out of all the things that we wanted them to bodge, this thing they've done absolutely properly, and there's like a massive amount of like cement to raise it all up, and then slabs on top of that. The slabs are like a disgusting, gross colour. And I know I sound like an absolute spoilt brat, but like obviously when you move into a house, like I still don't feel at home here. I feel like, you know, my partner used to live here with his ex-partner. I feel like a woman that's just sort of like come in and slotted into a space that she left, and like I've squeezed my stuff into like gaps that were left, rather than when you a lot of people, when they become when they're in a partnership, they usually then go on to buy their own house together, so everything is from scratch, and you can like put stuff maybe from what you had from your own separate lives before and put them in where you want them together. Whereas like this room is like how it was, plus my mirror and 2 chests of drawers, and stuff like that. So it's just like, do you know what I mean? And like this like black leather is very sort of like bachelor pad, and it is a bachelor pad, because when my partner bought this house before my time, it was a bachelor pad. Like the surround sound speakers and the hot tub outside and speakers in the garden and spotlights rather than sort of like homely light fittings, and he'd knock the walls down in the lounge to make it all open plan and not cozy and very like clinical and stuff like that, and it's not my vibe at all. So there's lots of work to be done. So yeah, that was like, again, seeing like my little like side rant about like, this is my filming space, and then I went on a side unscripted rant about the house, when actually I came on to tell you that I was prepping to film, and these are how these things roll. So I'm gonna go now, because this is like nearly 12 minutes long, and my nails should have dried by now. So I guess you'll see me again in this outfit in my upcoming videos.
Like Granny's bungalow with whilst Mum and Dad were downstairs in the living room watching Strictly Stars dancing on the TV. Ben had
Scaled.
Down the drain. Drain pipe.
Good girl.
How did he do that?
Ninja moves.
Drain pipes are so small.